going live as well. So
All right.
in 6 seconds we're going to start. Fnatic going to start on near the C flag, and Dignatas playing as Chinese team. They will be closer to the A flag. Right off the bat, looks like Fnatic will probably first blood does go to Dig though. Unfixed going down. That B and C flag going over immediately to Fnatic, but that's not surprising considering their positions on the map. And now this is really just settling into the kind of standard Goldman Railway we've seen. Both teams know that they got to push a flag quite quickly. Wahlberg there trying to push out into C. He gets taken down. He's on the roof at C, actually. And Dig here contained on that A flag, but slowly pushing B. And that's a flag they need to break quite quickly, I think.
All right, so we are in right now. Going to be over here onto to Fnatic. And yeah, it does look like they are going to be losing Bravo right now. But there's that head glitch that we were talking about a little earlier. Going to be taken over there onto the center building in Goldman Railway. Able to get 2 players. That's going to be Wahlberg going down now. So really causing a lot of damage there. And you still don't think Dignitas is going to pull out the Rockets because of that?
Maybe they'll come in, but right now, I said both of these teams are pretty much unreliant on Rockets. And I think that really is... yeah, I don't think Rockets are going to happen very often, unless it becomes a real issue on that B house. I think that's the only one that they might use it to take out, really.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so it does look like Valutasia is going to be sitting up over here in the dorms, able to pick out one from A, and gets a nice assist over there towards Grey House, but Charlie is going to be getting capped. Kind of like what you said before, he is going to be kind of going around on that outside area. We will be seeing a possible 3 cap, though, actually, here for Dignitas. And they're playing, well, actually, Wahlberg going to be bouncing out, letting his teammate finish the cap for him. But, yeah, looking really strong right here, dog.
Yeah, and that house, though, that Fnatic are keeping control of a B with Morty is a serious issue for Dignitas. That's a jumping off point onto B whenever they get the kills, and there they do. Both Masu and Neuro go down, so Fnatic now looking very dangerous with a possible cap of both B and C. And that bleed, and there's a kill onto Wahlberg, so A is wide open. And this is a full domination cap, so Dignitas have to be really, really careful here. As Valutage is the only man at C, but reinforcements are too easy coming in quickly. Dignitas need to pick this up very, very quickly, or they're going to have a full domination cap against them.
Yeah, they are, and it's 179 and 162. They had a cap in their favor there for a while, but I think they got a little bit too extending right there. Masu ends up going down. Valutage doing a great job over here on this Charlie flag by himself for quite some time, but I think coming around the backside, able to take out Wahlberg. Beautiful play right there. Will he be able to get the res? I don't think he will, but holding on to C flag by himself, basically. We will be seeing B getting contested right now. There goes Nur, going to be coming on the backside here, very low on health. I don't know if this is going to be much to do. Yeah, Valutaja able to pick him up as well. And it looks like A flag, though, is going to be left wide open. We'll be seeing Dignitas grabbing it there.
Yeah, this is not looking... Oh, I mean, the key flag in this is always going to be B right now, and it's pretty much Fnatic all over the place. They've not managed to break in on that B house at all. And Too Easy just sitting on top of that little castle right now. And not looking good at all. These tickets are dropping fast for Dig. And Fnatic's standing strong, really. And they're looking really good for them.
I have to point this out. Valutaja has been in the same spot on C for the past probably minute and a half, just causing so much trouble for this team on Dignitas. And it's definitely showing. He's 7-2 right now, doing a great job on the Charlie flag. And he's still staying alive, able to take out Judd. And now Too Easy going to be coming in for a backup. So great job over here on this Charlie flag. Not really the setup that we were talking about before. We said that most teams kind of favor the AB setup. But we're seeing Fnatic doing really well with this CB setup here. And they're really taking control of the map here.
Yeah, doing a really good job off the bat. Watching Jareth here trying to get into this B flag. Dignitas need to get a bit of a better control onto B right now, because that's where they're suffering. When they get it, they're locked out everywhere else. They just need to keep a good hold here as long as they can and just do as much damage and get these ticket bleed going, because right now they're behind by like 60 tickets and they need to fix that quick.
Yes, they do. We'll be seeing one push up into Grey House. It's going to be Valutaja. He sees one trying to go over onto the side streets area. Not going to be able to get him. He is going to be pressing him right now, and he is going to be winning out on that gunfight. Kind of low on health here, but he's in a good position to put some pressure over here onto that alpha flag. Still going to be holding on to that Charlie Bravo setup, 163 to 104, looking really good, and another pick going in the favor of Valuetaja. So beautiful plays here coming in for him. Basically, you know, carrying the team like we've seen him do so many times, 11-3 at the moment, and really being that super aggressive player. Oh, he just got diced. Valuetaja just got diced, and he is gonna die. Not gonna be able to do anything about that. Unfortunately, we still have those problems, but we will be having Drar getting on the backside of Charlie Flag, gonna try and get this burned down as much as possible. But we do have a couple of players from Dignatas gonna be holding on to it themselves. But yeah, so 97 to 151. Now, Dignatas did have the Chinese side, which is kind of shafted because you do have to. Well, you're not really close to any flags. So do you think that that's going to be coming into play on the next round?
Yeah, definitely. But right now they need to make sure this game is like not a runaway, and that's what it kind of threatening to be right now. Because then they're pushing both onto that C and B flag. But as soon as they lose anyone on that A, it's a full domination cap. And what they're doing here, they're pushing this B flag, and they might get it unless Valuetaja has anything to say about it. But they're still going to be locked out at both A and C. So even though it looks good, it still has them behind on flags and that bleed.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll be seeing Valuetaja right now set on step up.
That was a nade and a half, by the way. Did you see Valuetaja?
That was a beautiful nade.
Wow!
Beautiful nade.
Bouncing
Unfixed.
to his face.
Yep, Unfixed is going to be sitting over here onto A building. Yeah, that was really good right there, using those impacts. And Drar is going to be making his way over here towards B house. Is going to get spotted out, get a couple of pings in him, but not too bad. 136 to 182. Dignitas finally with a 2-flag advantage. B and C. Like I said, they basically switched up with what Fnatic had. But oh, nice job there from Nur. We'll be taking out Drar. We'll be controlling B house right now. But as you said before, one of the problems with controlling C is that you do have the consistent spawns up on top that are going to be always pressing down on you.
Yeah, and that's why pushing onto A is a priority right now. You just see Warburg by himself at C, and he's just going to get surrounded eventually, and there's not much he can do about it. While this is going on, though, they've got spawns near C, but they need to get rid of Unfixed. But Unfixed is doing a great job as a defender here. Eventually he gets taken down, but this is enough time for Fnatic to have cleaned up C, and they can go for B at pretty much any point here. And Fnatic looking pretty good, but that lead that they have is slowly but surely being willed away.
Yes, it is. And wow, Valuetaja, I think, just had an amazing spawn right there. Able to pick up Judd as he was going to be finishing out the burn onto Alpha Flag. A massive fight happening over here onto Bravo, where Dignatas is kind of getting a little bit pinched in here. They're going to be fighting on two fronts now from C and to A. 119 to 69. I wouldn't say it's a runaway just quite yet, Doug, but it's getting close to it like you were saying before.
Yeah, Judetsky has us near C. That's going to get that chance to get that fleet back. But you can see Morty just hanging around B. But Dig is just being very aggressive. And if you want to talk about a team that plays aggressive, it's Dignatas. They like to go for trip caps. They just like to get up there. And sometimes it works for them. Sometimes they do amazing and get like trip caps. Sometimes it doesn't, though.
Yeah, and we are going to be seeing Masu getting taken out with some nice hit fire spray, but not going to be lasting too long as Judetsky will be coming in with the cleanup. B flag is going to be flashing. Actually, at one point, all three flags were flashing there for a second. A flag is going to be flashing. We will be having Masu getting taken down and Unfixed. Look at that Fnatic. That was all Fnatic on the kill feeds, and actually Unfixed taking out Valuetaja somewhere on the map, so that would have been a good one to watch. But it does look like C and A are going to be going into the favor of Dignitas right now. Valuetaja going to be trying to make his way up onto Alpha Flag. Beautiful pickup there on Judetsky. Sees that there's going to be some movement coming in. Spots out some movement over there from C to dorms. So they do know that there's going to be some pressure coming in there. Drar is going to be making his way over onto Alpha. Looks like he's going to be okay. I like the setup so far from Dignitas. They've been able to cause a lot of trouble here, but as they did get wiped out over there under that Charlie flag, doesn't look like they're going to be holding on for too much longer. Fnatic might be actually getting a trip cap here.
Yeah, and this has always been a case with Fnatic. They'll have these like really competitive rounds for ages, and then they get a full cap, and then they get another, and then another, and the other team just kind of collapses. And Dignitas need to do what they can to try and stop this as quick as possible, because otherwise, I think Fnatic might take a very strong lead in the first round.
Yeah, absolutely. What would be a comfortable score? Let's just say Dignitas does lose this. What's the comfortable score that they want to be at?
Anything below 50 is pretty much what they need. Anything above that is really, really difficult to come back from. And right now, Fnatic are not giving them a chance to get back into this game at all. They're completely all over them. And a lot of the kills that have been coming out from Fnatic on Dig, they haven't been coming out because they're being like out. The aim isn't what's the case here. It's out position. Fnatic aren't running while they're being shot at, while Dignitas are constantly moving, while the Fnatic guys are just sitting there patiently waiting.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a map that is built on setups. I agree with you 100% there. Mort is going to be over here by Perch. He's going to be able to sit below and catch a couple of guys that are coming out of spawn. Doesn't get any kills off of it, but he does spot him out, and he's going to be a thorn in their side. He does end up getting picked up. 3-man push over onto Bravo flag. That's not going to happen. And with 10 tickets left, I don't know. I think this is going to be it right here.
Dignitas really not being able to do much, and it's been that B flag like constantly. But like I was saying, a lot of these times, like Fnatic have just been completely out positioning Dignitas, and it really, really hurts to see 92 tickets on the board. And maybe Dig can do something in the next round, but wow, that's a strong lead from Fnatic there.
Yes, that absolutely is. Now, how much is it going to affect the fact that we did see Dignitas playing on the Chinese side, which we said before, that almost guarantees them only one cap. That's going to be Alpha Flag. Depending on their split, which we've been seeing kind of a variation of it, kind of go back and forth throughout the time of competition here. We've seen a 3-man split over there towards Charlie Flag from Chinese side. We've seen a 1-man. We've seen a 5-man complete push over onto Alpha Flag up into B, which is my favorite, by the way. We've also seen a 4-man push into Charlie Flag. One goes to A and caps it. Dig, what do you think is the strongest one, and what do you think we're going to be seeing out of Fnatic?
I think Fnatic at this point with a 92 ticket to lead, they're probably just going to play ultra aggressive and just go for kills. I don't think they're going to do anything crazy.
Just outfrag them.
I think that's pretty much what they're going to go for at this point. They have 92 tickets in a game of 200. You know, it's pretty much half your work already done for you, and it puts a lot of pressure on your opponent. But Dig have come back from situations like this. They just got to make sure they get that lead. Obviously, we're not going to go live just yet as Dig are down a player. I think. Yeah, Mashu crashed, so they'll be waiting for him. But no, I don't think the start position is exactly what was the problem. I mean, the kills were pretty much coming in back and forth. It really didn't favor anyone at the beginning. But I think what really just happened is every push they tried on B, they just didn't get enough 1v1s, and they just didn't get the pickoffs. And Fnatic played very patient, especially on the defense, and got a lot of kills, and just let Valutaja go wild at the early part of that game. And he really, if anything, was able to push Fnatic to a very strong lead in the first round.
Yeah, as we saw before, I was watching him over there on that Charlie Flag, held it down by himself for at least 5 kills. And, you know, that was huge. That was huge. Held that flag by himself. And, you know, if you have a player that can do that, you're going to be sitting pretty as a team. But what I really mean when I'm saying that, you know, by the sides is that usually when you have a side that's weighted more towards China or Russia, whatever it may be, like Dawnbreaker, like, Goldman Railway, what you normally get is that really quick 30-ticket lead before that team is able to break that hold and make something happen. So, you know, if that team, you know, ends up not getting that 30-ticket lead, you're going to be seeing them, you know, having a lot harder time in the next round, in my opinion. From what I've seen in the past.
That's about right. And I think what you do see a lot of the time is, depending, you know, there will always be a time where that the team that gets the initial bleed will do quite well, but this isn't Dawnbreaker and this isn't Shanghai, so it's not as big of an issue as it is on those maps because of how quick those spawns coming in C. That bleed comes away quite quickly. To be honest, it's not as prevalent as it is on say other maps, so yeah. It's not too bad.
Well, it will certainly be interesting to see what comes out of this. I believe you have one more restart after this. Am I correct? Since we were no live, so
yeah, they'll restart twice.
Yeah, we are going to be restarting one more time, but it is going to be Fnatic versus Dignitas, which I think has been only Dignitas like what, third showing in the finals of a cup? I believe
I'm
third or
not
fourth.
100% sure on the stats, but they've definitely got to the final a few times. They've yet to win,
Yeah,
so obviously they probably want to break that curse.
exactly. Pressure is on. Will they be able to do it? They got to beat it by 93 tickets. I don't know, Dogberg. That's going to be a hefty score to beat. But as you said before, Dignitas, if there's a team out there that can look shaky in the beginning but finish strong, Dignitas is that team.
Yeah, they seem to have this thing about playing from behind. I really don't know why they like to do it to themselves, but they do.
They're
And
masochists.
yeah, I mean, against UMAV, especially on one map, they managed to come from behind so far from behind and win. And if you can do that, I'm sure they can do it with Fnatic. They just need to make sure that they start off well. And do you see the spawn here from Fnatic where they are?
Yep.
You want to see the most crazy thing I've ever seen in BF is against Dynamics. They were able to fire a rocket through the building over near C and onto the spawn of Fnatic. Sorry, to where Fnatic are right now, and kill 2 Dignitas members with a single rocket. It was
Oh
amazing.
my gosh. Awesome. I have never seen that, but we are going to be seeing a 3-2 split where we will be having 3 going up in the dorms. It looks like first blood's going to go to Masu right here, but he is quickly picked up by Unfixed, who is then taken down right after that. Now we are going to be seeing B and C going into the favor of Dignitas here, which is exactly what we're going to be expecting here. It's what we want to see if you're a Dignitas fan. And they are going to be a little bit out of position here, finally going to be getting up. Rockets are going to be coming into play finally here for Dignitas. So they are going to be seeing the importance of that coming in here, and they're going to be blowing out Connector. This is going to be leaving them a lot of advantage there's in terms of angles to stop any kind of push coming in for Fnatic. Fnatic having to pressure C-Flag a lot more as we see 2 players over there towards dorms. And Dignitas getting a little bit aggressive, but not going to be able to make anything happen. That Wahlberg does get taken down. So a very good start here, I would say, for Dignitas.
Yeah, but those spawns on C have already come in, and look at it. It's an insta-cap on that C flag, and no response really from Dig. And the only person capturing that A flag is Masu by himself. And just look at those nades come in.
Oh my
Call of
God.
Duty tactics and a half. And Fnatic threw one grenade to test out where Masu was. As soon as they got a hit registration, they threw 3 more in, and that was a flag cap on A. Perfectly done there by Fnatic, and showing that they spend a lot of time on tactics like that, and some teams really just don't focus on nades so much.
Yeah, I remember back in practice, we always went through nade spots and spent hours trying to figure out the best places to bank nades and all kinds of good stuff like that. But we will be having Gerard holding on onto Alpha flag. Back up 4 players for Fnatic now going to be on this Alpha side. Judeski's going to be trying to make his way in. But, able to take out Gerard. That was beautiful play there. Missing a lot of his shots, but Nur is also going to be backing him up. Unfixed, the only player now going to be left alive to take care of this. Will he be able to clean it off? I think he's going to be waiting for some spawns, which is some very wise and smart play from him. And it looks like A flag will be going into the favor of Dignitas. Unfixed will be able to pick up one. Draw is going to be also back there as well. We do have Jerk, who is sitting over here on the Charlie flag trying to hold that off for himself. Not going to be able to do so. Wahlberg making his way back over there onto that Charlie flag. We'll be picking up 2 easy across the street. I like this play here. They're constantly shifting around the map like you were stating before, but they're getting flags while they're shifting around. The thing that they have to be careful for is not to get wiped.
Yeah, just trying to play smart, and I think that's something Dig, they do very well when they have this kind of fast movement and very aggressive style. But the problem they always have is just getting picked off. Sometimes they don't need to peek so much, and I think that's something that Fnatic are taking full advantage of here, is there's 2 people already dropped across the map, which really shouldn't have been killed at all, and more importantly, shouldn't have been peeking, and should have just been holding their position. And that's something that Fnatic did in the previous round, and that's why they went to such a strong lead.
Yeah, absolutely. 169 to 149, a 20-ticket game. But remember, guys, they got to win by 98 tickets, which is a very tall order. We're going to be needing to see them having a triple cap at least at one point in this game in order to achieve that, especially since they're not winning out on their frags as much. We'll be seeing Drar sitting up into Gray building right now. He's going to be overlooking onto B flag. He's going to be able to spot one in B house, but he's so low on health, not going to be able to make the kill right there. Has to back up, but we will be seeing Fnatic too easy. I cannot talk. Trying to make his way onto Bravo. He doesn't make that happen. Nur going to be making his way down and below. He also gets taken down. But as that was happening, Unfixed is going to be making his way over on the Alpha. Will be able to take that down. And once again, Valutage is showing up, 10 and 4.
Yeah, he does seem to just be the the killing power for Fnatic at times. And there's getting another one on Warburg there, just jumping off a roof, I think. And yeah, this is not looking good for Dig, but a lot closer than the previous map. And once again, Dig are finding that they just have one really bad round, and from then on out, it doesn't matter how good they're playing in the second one. But they need to get rid of this full domination cap as quick as possible right now. They're not even going for A, and the problem is Fnatic are covering all bases right now.
Yeah, they are doing a great job of holding this on. And I like the way they're positioned. They're positioned in the majority of their players over here onto this AB side of the map. They have Valutage as well as, I believe that'll be what, Unfixed, maybe Too Easy sitting over here onto Dorms, who is this, make me right. Yes, it is going to be Too Easy. So I like the way they're positioned right now, forcing Dignatas to have to spawn up on the perch, make the way across the street, across open ground. And they're going to be getting picked off as soon as that happens.
Yeah, indeed. And right now you kind of feel that maybe the damage has been done as Fnatic really just holding this trip cap as long as they can. Just look at those tickets drop down, and Dignitas getting close to that number already. And yeah, you kind of feel that Fnatic have already done. Let's just look at Valutage, 17 for 4 already. Just wow.
He's a beast, man. Sitting over there on that Charlie side, been doing that both games. I gotta say, he's really been heating it up for his game, for his team, and he's gonna be picking up Wahlberg across the map as well. Gets a couple of shots in on another player from Dignitas. Even gonna be supporting out there with the nades. But yeah, doing a great job for his team right here. B flag will be going down in the possession of Fnatic, and it's just a really tough hold here. That was really Dignitas. They like you said, they let it run away from him in the first half, and that was that.
Yeah, and Fnatic really just letting one player go and get all the frags, and the rest just better positions and really just punish Dignitas for trying to play that kind of quick style of just getting flags and getting bleeds. And that's what I'm saying about Fnatic. They're so comfortable with just sitting back and being patient, and other teams just don't seem to have that sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, the winner of these fights is always the guy who's firing or waiting first. The guy who's on the move is going to get taken out. And that's just BF.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree with you there. I think that the team that can position themselves the best are going to be the ones who end up coming out on top. And they're the GGs being thrown out. But that was a great game for both of these teams. And I got to say, Fnatic being the smarter one here, as you said, they just know the spots that they're going to be playing. Dignitas being a little bit too aggressive at times, not winning their gunfights, and really not winning their team fights. A lot of times, the nade spam was just too strong, and they ended up getting them down in health. And then the next thing you know, Fnatic was coming around the corner with two guys, and even though that Dignitas may have even been a man up, they had that previous damage coming in, and they just couldn't win.
Yeah, and I think both teams are very fatigued and really just kind of getting themselves back into playing. I think that both teams have had a pretty much a little bit of a break since the EMS here. I've seen Euro playing, and I think what you're seeing is they wanted to play in GO4 today, but I think both teams really haven't been like practicing so much. Obviously, that takes nothing away from performances from both teams, and Fnatic just outpositioned Dignitas a lot in that game, and